Okay, we got the Sprint Epic 4G Touch already in the house. The next one to come out is the AT&T Galaxy S2. What's going on, guys? I'm Aaron from PhoneDog.com, and yep, it is in the house. It comes out October 2nd for $199.99 on AT&T, and it's a little bit different from the Sprint version, a lot more like the international version with that 4.3-inch display, same dual-core processor, and kind of same look. So it'll be interesting to see not only the unboxing, but how it compares to the Epic 4G Touch. Let's go take a look at it in the unboxing, but first, special thanks, got to give some love to my boys at Best Buy because they give us so many phones for use in our One Paw Bandit game. So when you go to buy this on October 2nd at Best Buy, you're going to walk out working. They're going to help you set up your email, your web, and more. So when you walk out, you're good to go. You don't have to worry about taking any time to set up anything. At Best Buy Mobile, you'll walk out working, but enough of that. Let's check it out in the unboxing. AT&T Galaxy S2. Let's see if it holds up to the Epic 4G Touch. Let's go check it out. Samsung Galaxy S2 is finally here. The AT&T variant, at least. The Sprint variant came out a few weeks ago. So here it is. It's coming October 2nd to the nation's second largest wireless carrier for $199.99. And this one resembles the international version much more than the Epic 4G Touch did. But you can see the box here. Kind of a weird looking, borderline kind of cheap box, if you will, for a $199.99 product. But still, the phone is super awesome. 4G, it's HSPA Plus capable. It has a dual-core processor, Wi-Fi and Android, and dual cameras. 8-megapixel camera on the back that shoots 1080p video, and then a front-facing camera. Special thanks to AT&T and to Samsung for hooking us up with a review unit. They always give us so much love, and we certainly appreciate it. Texting and driving, it can wait. That is very, very true. Very, very true indeed. So you can see the design here. It looks almost identical with the exception of the capacitive buttons down here. Very similar to the international version. Doesn't have an AT&T logo on the back, which is particularly interesting, but just that Galaxy S2 branding. So they opted to keep Galaxy S2 in the title instead of going with a custom name like the Epic 4G Touch. And again, you can see the camera is very similar here on the back. Now I've got to go look at the dimensions when I turn off the video, but it looks like it's a little bit thicker than the Epic 4G Touch. So it'd be interesting to kind of compare the two. And actually, I'm going to reach back here, if you will give me a second, and I'm going to grab the F-Touch so you can see the size difference between these two devices. Here's what they look like side by side. And actually, this one may be turned on. Let me see. So you can kind of see what they look like. We're going to power it on now. 1,650 milliamp hour battery in the back, and of course your SIM card slot right back there. We'll pop that back on. So it's funny, after working, I carried the international version for a while when we were doing the review coverage of it, and I got used to the 4.3-inch display, and I think that's 4 to 4.3 is a pretty good sweet spot. Oh, it's already turned on. Okay, but after being, working with the 4.52-inch display, it does feel a little bit different in the hand. So here it is, and I will put that down and see what comes in the box with a second. Welcome to AT&T. Thank you for purchasing a Samsung Galaxy S2. Quick start guides. Oh, let's open it up just in the spirit of an unboxing. Let's see what comes in here. Probably give me an opportunity to do my my Spanish reading. Quick start Samsung Galaxy S2. Manual de Información de Salud y Seguridad de la Garantía. Health and Safety and Warranty Guide. If you don't speak Spanish. Media Hub. Use this $25 credit to watch the shows you missed on Next Day TV. So you do get a credit in the box. That's pretty cool. You get all those. And then you get a USB cable and an AC adapter module. So not a whole lot in the box. You don't get any additional goodies outside of that. Although Samsung was nice enough to send over an HDMI adapter so I could plug it in to my TV. So that was nice of them. So thank you again to Samsung. So let's push that to the side. I didn't mean to throw it, but that's okay. It's the phone that matters, right? 1.2 gigahertz dual-core Exynos processor, 4.3-inch Super AMOLED Plus display, just rolling through the specs here. 8-megapixel camera on the back that shoots video in 1080p, and then a front-facing camera on the front, obviously, since it's a front-facing camera. Where else would it be? Hey, it's Friday. Give me a break. But you can see here Android 2.3.4 with TouchWiz 4.0, and you can see some differences on the AT&T build as opposed to the Sprint one. The first thing that comes to mind for me is the messaging button here looks a little bit different. You can see it's a kind of a group all messaging button, if you will. We can go in here and take a look. And this I absolutely love. I don't care for the Samsung keypad. I don't like the auto correction on it. But with this one, you get 3 keyboards. You get the Android keyboard, Samsung keypad, and swipe. So this comes with the gingerbread keyboard out of the box, which automatically is it's 5 bonus points in my book. Nice to see that. And yeah, you get the gingerbread keyboard from the Android market, but the fact that it's pre-installed out of the box is super cool. So out of the box, you get AllShare, Amazon Kindle, AT&T Code Scanner, all the AT&T stuff like Family Map, Navigator. You get featured apps. You get Keys or Kai's Air, Media Hub, which is a little bit of a different icon on the AT&T build, but they released this new logo at the Samsung event. Let me hold that closer so you can see. My AT&T, Samsung Social Hub, Quick Light, Words with Friends, because who doesn't love Words with Friends? Quick Office and then YP Mobile. Now, AT&T recently has been letting you remove the applications. Let's go in here and take a look. And you can sideload. Yep, and you can uninstall the AT&T stuff if you don't want it on the device. But you can sideload applications, so they've really gotten better about that in recent days, or recent months, if you will. So nice there. But again, TouchWiz 4.0 looks nothing like 3.0, so if you're coming from something like the Droid Charge or maybe the Infuse and you're like, well, is it really worth the upgrade? Not only is it a dual-core processor, but the software improvements combine with that processor so to make it a phenomenal device from a hardware and from a software front. I mean, Quadrant standard scores are between 3,000 and 3,500. You got to wait for the review for the Quadrant standard scores on this device, but just suffice to say it's a very fast unit. I mean, take a look at that, no lag whatsoever. And we'll go into web. We'll load up PhoneDog here just to see. PhoneDog.com, and we'll load it up here and take a look at what it looks like. And you can see transition effects are super fast. Although it is interesting, it feels a lot like the international version with that power button on the right side, and then your volume rocker over here on the left side, and your micro USB charging port down here at the bottom. But these capacitive buttons keep throwing me off because in the international build, you have that physical button, of course, down there at the bottom. But again, it seems to be super fast. Let's let it load. Get excited. And I'm assuming it has the same, which it may be turned off right now, but the same ability to press with both and zoom in and out, but I'll have to double check that. But you can just see how quick and smooth it is. Now, one thing I will say again, after using that 4.52-inch display, is for media, it's fantastic. I mean, when you're doing web browsing, when you're doing things like that, having the bigger display is a big plus. Now, that said, Sprint's been dealing with some network issues. AT&T isn't having, at least on the data front, having the same issues. We're going to use motion. We're going to turn this on so we can see. There we go. So I can press and hold the thumbs. Press and hold the screen, if you will, with my thumbs. Started to say I can't talk today, but then I realized there's really never a day where I can talk. So, oh well, that's just what comes with doing improv, video improv. You can see here how that looks. And of course, switching from portrait to landscape, super fast. And even though it's not a 4.52-inch display, the 4.3 is plenty large enough for internet content, for text messaging, using the keyboard either in portrait or in landscape. I think you'll be happy either way. Now, how exactly does it stack up not only to the Epic 4G Touch, but in comparison to the other high-end Android devices on the market? We're just going to have to find out in the full review, my friends. Much more coverage to come on PhoneDog.com with the Galaxy S2 on AT&T on PhoneDog.com. Be sure to like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/PhoneDog. Still giving away tablets. It's part of that greatest tech giveaway ever. So check it out, Facebook.com/PhoneDog. And hey, follow me on Twitter. Let me know which one you like more. Let me know if you're excited about this coming out on October 2nd for $199, or you went with the Epic 4G Touch, or you're waiting for the Nexus Prime, or you're waiting for something else, maybe the iPhone 5. Let me know. PhoneDog_Aaron, and on Facebook at Facebook.com/PhoneDogAB. Excited about the dogfights to come and the review to come, so be sure to keep it locked on the site. We'll see you next time.